I did not expect to be doing this again today. I didn't expect Vinegar Syndrome's website to go live yet, but it did. And it got interesting. It got interesting really fast because some things that initially seemed to be out of stock once they got through, a couple of them actually did have some that were in stock. So that was intriguing. That got me interested. So, hey Bears, although I'm supposed to be playing Dead by Daylight right now, I decided I'd make a video here, pretty much talking about like the Vinegar Syndrome website's gone back up. We now know that some of the stuff is in stock that we thought that was gone out. If you were on the site when it went back up live, I didn't get this one like up quickly enough because Disconnected, which was their limited one that was going, that was gone, and they had I think like 2 or 3 copies left when the site went back up, and they went like that. They went in a flash. So if you're one of those 3 people that picked up Disconnected, one that excellent release. Perfect. But there's a few here. So I'm going to go over the numbers. And when I got one here with the slipcover, basically, that I can show you guys. So to give you an idea if it's something that you want or not, you're on the site now. Hopefully, Bears, if you're looking on the site and there's something that you're looking at in the limited stuff, if I got it here, I can show you and maybe it'll help you make up your mind whether it's one that you want to pick up or you can wait on the standard edition, because a lot of these are you're going to get standard editions of. Some of them you aren't though, and I will differentiate as far as I know for when they're ones that aren't going to get standard. So normally I'd bring up like the the chat thing right now, but at this point we're going to go with the we're going to go with this stuff here. So I didn't do these in any particular order. I should have, but we'll go. I'm going to try and do with the lowest ones first. So as far as I can see, it looks like Grave Robbers, which is one that I thought was sold out actually, but there looks to be around 7 copies of Grave Robbers left. So is that, if that's the one you're looking at getting, nice. Evil Town's actually getting pretty low. I was really surprised, happily surprised. So Grave Robbers is down to 7. Now the next lowest one is the Corpse Grinders, which right now is at 9. Hey Andy, yeah, Vinegar Syndrome website came up and I had to do a limited edition watch. Hey Shadow, how's it going? So this one right here, if you haven't seen the Corpse Grinders one, it actually is a really cool looking like slipcover. And I kind of dig this one. So I thought I'd show it to you guys. I got this one back when they did the Halloween pack. And I really like, there's something like kind of adult coloring book looking about like this cat in the foreground here. And I really kind of dig it. And this kind of like green style color, it's almost like a neon. It's oddly put together, and it's something that I think doesn't look as good flat, like on a screen, as it does when you actually have it in your hands. When I looked at this one, this was the one that kind of like impressed me the least. And then I got to see it in person. The slip is actually pretty cool, and it is getting really low. So if it is one that you're looking at, this is the regular one, which without the slip, and there's the one on the back without the cat there. But I do say, if you're collecting the slips and you're kind of like, should I or shouldn't I? There's 9 left. And I think it's a really good one. I don't think that you should be paying eBay prices. So while they're still available, like definitely is a fun one to go for. It's a Ted V. Michaels film. And if you're familiar with Ted V. Michaels, then you know exactly what you're getting. He did movies like Astro Zombies and stuff like that. He worked with a lot of different people. Doll Squad, which is another one he did for them, and a Mission Kill Fast, I think it was called. Co-written by Archall Sr., so you got that going for it. And Joseph Cranston, who wrote The Crawling Hand. So there. some stuff. And that one is down, when I looked at it, was down to 9. It may be down to less by now. I'm sure that Bears would know because he's looking on the website. Uh, Now, after that, one that was thought to be sold out that isn't, and I can't stress my love of this one enough and my love of the slipcover of this one enough, and that is Penitentiary. Only 5 now, so there. It's getting in there quick. Penitentiary is a fantastic blaxploitation film by Jama Fanaka. Gonna get that right. And this is an impressive slipcover. Like, it's a great film. I really like Penitentiary. I would go to the mat for Penitentiary. I really dig this film. Corpse Grinders, it's okay. It's fun for what it is. But Penitentiary is actually a good film that you can sit down and watch. And you don't have to get drunk and stuff like that. But when you look at the slipcover here and you see like Too Sweet there in the... Oh, I would love to see part 3. Bears, right now, I think the thing with part 3 is where there's like some rights issues. That's why we haven't seen it come out from any company yet. But I'm hoping that gets worked out. If you look at this one here, you can see the gloss on the boxing glove, and it really does make it stand out, almost like give you kind of a 3D look to it. It's definitely it's one of my favorite like slipcovers that they put out. And I really like this film. I love the raised, the raised on the side. And one thing that you should know about the Penitentiary slipcover that is different than the other slipcovers that you're going to be looking at tonight is that if you get Corpse Grinders, okay? You get Corpse Grinders and the slip's gone. It's an awesome slip, but it's still this cover. You're still getting this cover. With Penitentiary, on the inside, there are actually 2 different covers. So this slip is only on the slip. It's not on the inside. It's not reversible. This is not the reversible artwork. The reversible artwork, hey Sculptor, is right here. So this is one side for Penitentiary, and this is the other one. So if you don't get Penitentiary with the slip, you're going to miss out on an artwork. And for me, one of the really premium artworks that they did on their slips. It's kind of like Prey. People were really peeved when they missed out on Prey because they did miss out on an actual different artwork on the outside of it. Because once Prey was like Penitentiary. It had a slip with artwork that was unique to the slip itself. And when you looked on the inside, that wasn't what you got. It was different. You got 2 different art choices on the inside for Prey, and that's the same thing with Penitentiary. So you're going to get 2 different art choices with Penitentiary. If you miss the slip, you're going to buy it. And this is what you're going to get. That's fantastic, but it's just a bit better to have the sexy slip with that one, and that one is getting down there. So that's one that I can give like a high recommendation to. And not everything here I got, so I can't show you in person. I'm trying to just do these in the correct order. Now, Battle for the Lost Planets. Right now, Sculptor, the Vinegar Syndrome website's gone back live again. So I went in, I took the time to go to their limited edition section, and I noticed that some of the stuff that they thought was sold out, actually, once they got all their orders and that done, there was a few left. So I'm going through the limited stuff that's under 500. And if I've got it, then I'll show it on here. One of the big things when it went back live was that Disconnected was there for there's 3 copies of those. Those are gone. Penitentiary this one here was thought to be sold out completely. They've got a few copies of this left. And if you're a fan of blaxploitation at all, and you like the slips, Penitentiary is one of the ones where I say the slip is one you don't want to miss out on. Not for this one. Not for Penitentiary. You don't want to miss the slip on Penitentiary. Battle for the Lost Planet Mutant War, when I last looked, was at 11. So there's still 11 of those left, which isn't too bad. That's a kind of a fun, cheesy side. And the cool thing is, it's not just 2 separate. The movies kind of tie together. So that's kind of fun there. There's, stop motion animation. It's kind of a fun little one. And there's 11. I don't have the slip for that one. I got the one without the slip. Got the standard. And next up, I want to make sure I get these in order. I'm trying to get these in order. I should put these in order before I came on. It's Satan's Slaves. Now, Satan's Slaves is a recent one. It's a Norman J. Warren release. There are 65, actually. Only 65 of those left. Satan's Slaves should be a good one. I know a lot of people, like myself, are getting the Indicator box set from the Norman J. Warren one that's coming out. Now, one thing you should know, and this is a difference maker for me. I do have, I may or may not have Satan's Slaves coming, but it's it's got a Kat Ellinger, Sam Deegan commentary on Satan's Slaves. Pretty sure it does. And that commentary isn't available on the Indicator set. That's exclusive to the Vinegar Syndrome edition of Satan's Slaves. For some people, that's not going to matter. If you like good commentaries, I can tell you right now, Sam Deegan, Heather Drain, Kat Ellinger, those are three names that are high on the list of really freaking good commentaries. And if you're a fan of Norman J. Warren and you've liked the other films like The Prey or Terror or stuff like that, you're probably going to want to look into this one because they're going to put across a solid commentary with that one, with Satan's Slaves. So, again, you could wait for the standard edition. It's up to you. But that one is gone there. Now, next up was surprising is that 5 Films, 5 Years, which was sold out completely. Volume 3. And I've got it right here. This was gone. Now, one thing I can say about 5 Films, 5 Years, these are all excellent sets. This is the Golden Age erotica one, so if you feel like that type, you're definitely going to want this. If you've never tried any of their erotica titles before, and maybe you want to get a sampling of the different erotica titles that they have out there, this is a great way to do it. This was thought to be sold out. I'm not sure if they got some back from the Amazon stores or something like that, but no, you didn't actually, dude, because there's around 26 left, I think. So this is, check again, because I think this is available again. For a short time, but this is available right now. I was really shocked because I got like one of the very last copies of this that was available before the sale ended. Now, the reason the site was down for so long is, one, they were trying to get all the orders out and get everything done. Two, aside from that, they were taking inventory. It's available or it's not available. Because I heard yes, it is. I'm hoping that means that there is some available. And once proper inventory was taken, because 9 chances out of 10, they had stuff. Oh, perfect. Thanks, guys. So 9 chances out of 10 is they had some stuff put aside for the archive as well, because they did have a sale in the regular store at the archive. So once the online sale was done, once people had gone to the archive, then they could look back and see exactly what was left. Now, the difference between this and a lot of these is this goes. Once this is gone, it ain't coming back. They're not re-releasing it. It's not being redone. There's no standard edition. This is the edition. This is the way it's done. What's neat about this, and I got to make sure there's no nudity on the inside, but I don't think there is. So anyway, so it's 2 discs. And on the inside, I'm going to take the discs out now. You can see that all of the films got their poster art, their cover art basically shown inside. So if, let's say for instance, you got family and stuff like that, right? But still, you want to have a movie like this in your collection. Then this here, pretty standard. There's nothing, no nude lady, no big XXX thing shown on the cover of it. The things are on the inside, but this fits securely into your collection. And it doesn't say porn, it says Golden Age erotica. So there you go. You're set. And so luckily, Bears, hey Mug, welcome. We're talking about the limited edition stuff because some of the stuff that, now that the Vinegar Syndrome site is up again, if you want to check it out, some of the stuff that was sold out isn't sold out. Unfortunately, I didn't get on here early enough to let you guys know about Disconnected, but that one went really quickly. But this is back. This is limited, and the 5 films on it, by the way, are Dracula Sucks, which is a fantastic Dracula film. Even though it's an adult film, it's actually a fantastic Dracula film with some great performers in adult actors and actresses. Corporate Assets, The Vixens of Kung Fu, pretty cheesy, fun stuff. Tropic of Desire, Bob Chin. Anytime Bob Chin directs one, you know it's going to be good. Actually, it's really good. And Baby Rosemary. And that's John Hayes, who directed non-adult films like Grave of the Vampire. So definitely one to look into. 20, as they said, there's 26 left of these, and I was really, really surprised. Okay, so next up, The American Dreamer from Etiquette Pictures is down, when I checked, to 89 copies. So if you want to get that documentary, that's the one with Dennis Hopper. That one is now at 89 copies. As you know, the last movie that was like set that came out from Indicator is now out of print, and this is a good kind of like a combo, kind of like a double feature for that film. I love documentaries. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get The American Dreamer. I wish I was, actually, but that's one that I personally missed out on myself. Next up, I do have here, so I can actually show you. And they are getting fairly low. And that is Pickup. Now, Pickup is a little insane, but a lot of fun. And this is part of their Sexploitation Signature Collection. As you can see, Sexploitation Signature Series right there. So yeah, then as you know, Bears, this one's gotten pretty low. So you're smart to get this one. I think this is a really fun release. It actually has a second film on it called Orgy at Lil's Place, and it has the reversible like cover art, like Pazuzu, which is the other alternate name for this one. But when I last checked, and it's probably lower right now, but when I last checked it, it was down to 95. So again, that's under 100. And if you guys have gone on eBay or anything like that, you can tell that a lot of this Vinegar Syndrome stuff, especially the limited stuff that's not coming back again, that goes for insane prices, which is nuts. But what are you going to do, right? What do you get? If it's something you really want, grab it. If you got the bones to do it, definitely. I would definitely, like, if I could afford it, like that's the thing. If I could afford it, I'd pick up like a couple of ones that I don't have, like American Dreamer and stuff like that. I would definitely pick up a couple of those. Have you really seen it 12 times? It doesn't get a lot of like great reviews. I haven't seen it myself, so I don't know. I would go see it in theater though. I'm waiting for it to come to my drive-in. So with 140 copies left, it's another Sexploitation Signature Series, and I'm pretty sure, Bear, you got this one too, and that is Fugitive Girls, directed by A.C. Stevens. This has definitely the best cover out of all the Sexploitation Signature Series sets. This is a really cool one. As you can see, it has that little sexy logo thing on the side. I really like those. I find they look really good. I knew you would have it. I don't know about that. I don't know if it's gonna be better than Endgame, but sure, better than Hellboy. I can picture that. But definitely check this out. Great little release. As Bear will tell you, Ed Wood is in this film. It doesn't have a great cover. It's got like, it is a sexploitation cover, but if you're familiar with Cracked magazine, which was like a Mad style magazine that would be out in the day. So this has kind of a Cracked Mad look to it. The cover is one of those kind of like comical like style covers. But that is down like 140, probably less right now. We're gonna hit into the 126 is there's nothing out there. So there's still copies of There's Nothing Out There with the slipcover. If you didn't get that release, it's a really good release. It's probably got the most features out of anything that you ever put out. And so, I strongly recommend it. We're almost up into the 200s. But at 163 is the classic, so true, Sylvester P. Smythe. Excellent, Mike. I didn't think anybody would remember Sylvester. Uh, and it's so comical because Cracked, I grew up like reading Cracked and Mad magazine. And of course Crazy too, which was one that Marvel Comics put out. But Cracked, the stopped publication, and then they became Cracked, like as in like when you saw the website, that was the same guys. Dear Dead Delilah, it's getting down there. I think it's around 163 right now, or it was when I came on. This is a really cool one. Agnes Moorehead is in this. Um, Fun little film, a little bit like a bit of a more of a slow burn than like some of the more exploitive ones that you would see on here. But definitely a good cast. Roger Gentry from Children is in here. Will Geer from The Waltons. We got Dennis Patrick from Dallas. Ton of actors in this one here. I'm actually rooting for New Mutants. I hope it does well. And I do kind of dig this cover, especially this. I really like this. But like it is, to each his own when it comes to this stuff, right? Okay, so that one's at 163 right now. So let's go to the next one after that, and that would be okay. That's Penitentiary 2, which is down to 191. If you haven't picked up this one, definitely pick up. If you don't have Penitentiary, get that. Like that, like Penitentiary and 5 films, 5 years. Those top in the list right now. Fun three of things that I think that if you don't have them, grab them while you still can. And then when somebody comes along afterwards and said, "Man, I wish I would have picked up Penitentiary. I wish I would have picked up 5 films, 5 years, Volume 3." You can look into your collection. You can say, "Why, yes, I had the foresight to actually grab those when it came back up." So would you like to watch my copy of Penitentiary with the slipcover? So Penitentiary 2 has an awesome slipcover. It's really cool looking. And it's much... so here you got Leon Isaac Kennedy like really coming out of the screen as Too Sweet. Oh, I'm the last person to say anything about butchering names, man. I like Antonio Banderas. Actually, I like him a lot. You see Ernie Hudson is taking over the role there. Oh, God, what's the character's name? Half Dead? Is it Half Dead? Something like that. Half Dead, I think. Mr. T as the trainer, actually, of Leon Isaac Kennedy. And his girlfriend right there, the one that loves him. Really like the Penitentiary ones. Those I do strongly recommend. If you're into the slipcovers, these are some. They're better looking slipcovers. As you can see, like the fist kind of comes out. I like the fact that they do that they've got these kind of like this glossy. They do well, like they know where to emboss, they know where to put the gloss on to onto these slipcovers and give them almost like a 3D look type of effect, if you know what I mean. And you do get that kind of 3D looking effect for Penitentiary too. Yeah, that's Winston from Ghostbusters, man. Playing quite like hamming it up as quite the psychopath in this film. Like the guy in the first Penitentiary, he was brutal, half dead. But Ernie Hudson just takes the craziness to a whole different level. He is not a likable. He's likable in like he's so bad he's good type of way, but he's not a likable character, right? But this is a fantastic little film. Long live Vincent. They should, because that's my Twitter handle comes from, so we'll go with that, right? Okay. That was Penitentiary 2, which was when I saw it was at 191. So it looks like we're hitting into the 200s there. And I didn't bring it down, unfortunately. I do have it, but I left it upstairs. I apologize. Blood Theater: The Visitants is actually still... that one is Rick Sloan. I think he will. I think all the guys will come back in some way too in the new one. We know that the girl's coming back too, so Sigourney Weaver. So that's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, upstairs I forgot it because I'm actually gonna be watching it actually this weekend. Is Blood Theater: The Visitants. I have never seen The Visitants before, but I have seen Blood Theater. It's got Mary Woronov in it. You guys know I'm a really big fan of Mary Woronov. Rick Sloan, the guy that did Hobgoblins, did those 2 films. Many people find Visitants better than Blood Theater. I'll know. I'll give you a review down the road of both the films. But it's a real cool looking, like kind of a black like slip cover. I like the way that it's done, and it's different because I got it put and I got the Visitants turned around in it. Hey Corey, how's it going, man? Egon and Ray, Peter and Winston. Well, unfortunately, we can't have Egon, man. Part of my childhood gone right there. After, oh, before that, because I apparently can't do these in order. And if you do not have this slipcover, you guys know I've talked about this one. I've talked about it and talked about it. So I'm not going to belabor but Shot is down to 209. So this is Shot. And Shot is hands down one of their best looking slipcovers and definitely one of the most innovative covers that oh yeah, that they did. The guy that played Egon, Harold Ramis, passed away actually a few years back, uh, unfortunately. So unless they do some kind of digital like thing, which I hope they don't do, Egon unfortunately will be one that won't be able to come back. It was one of my favorites. But Shot looks fantastic. It's a great little film. It is a micro budget actioner, and yeah, unfortunately, he's the only one of the Ghostbusters I can think of that's passed. I think the rest of them are still alive. Yeah, he was one of the writers like behind it too. So that was a double loss when it comes to that. But as you can see, this does have this kind of indie comic look to it. It's definitely really different. As you can see, there's the artwork on the inside of it right there. But strongly recommend this one. This is one you're going to, if you ever see this one in real life and it's gone, you're going to kick yourself for not getting shot. It's a really, really good, one of the top of the line when it comes to their slipcovers there. Okay, so we got Shot done. We got Blood Theater done. What's next on our list here? So Catch My Soul, which is another Etiquette Pictures release. Hey, Movie Archives. Pretty good, right? So tonight I'm going through the limited editions, like how many are left of each one, because the Vinegar Syndrome's website has gone up again, and some of the features, some of the movies that we thought were sold out aren't sold out. So there's some people on here now, I think, that are actually probably picking up 5 Films, 5 Years, Volume 3, which was thought to be sold out, and probably Penitentiary, which was also thought to be sold out. Disconnected was there and sold out. They only had like 3 copies left though. And you can imagine how fast that went. Disconnected is an excellent little release with cool slipcover, booklet, and all that stuff. So let's see something. I'm trying to find it. The next one here for you guys. I lost it. Okay, here we go. Oh, Harold Ramis, who played Egon in Ghostbusters, who died back in 2014, actually, around 5 years ago. I think, yeah, around 5 years ago. So Catch My Soul, one the other Etiquette Pictures releases, and then that's basically another one. Once the Etiquette Pictures releases are gone, they're gone. They're not coming back. So just keep that in mind if Catch My Soul is one of those that you were looking to get. Still a few left, 260, but I've seen things go fairly fast, especially the newer stuff I've noticed. Mountaintop Motel Massacre, for instance, which just came out last month, is already down slipcover wise to 247. Yeah, and when one goes, it's usually like a bunch at a time, basically type of thing. But Ramis was a few years back, and being Canadian, Harold Ramis kind of was a big deal to me. Now he's not Canadian, but he acted in a lot of he did a lot of Canadian stuff. Um, he's actually from where is that? I think somewhere on Illinois or Ohio, somewhere like that. But we took him as our own because Harold Ramis did so much stuff here in Canada. Bloody New Year is down to 284. It's a movie with Winston. Oh, Penitentiary 2, actually. Uh, he's in this one right here. It hit us hard when Burt Reynolds died. Both of us, both me and my better half. She's a huge fan of him too. Kind of ironically, around the time that he was doing this one, he was doing another film as well. One of the Rudy Ray Moore films that he's in. He's in one of the Rudy Ray Moore films. It might be like Human Tornado or something like that. Because I think like he had to go to do something else, and like his brother would like kind of like sub for him in like certain parts of the Rudy Ray Moore film that he's in. Next up is Death by Temptation, which is at 290 copies. Um, so this is the slip for Death by Temptation. So to give you kind of an idea, so it's got a kind of like glossy blood type look on the back of it, and on the front as well. Um, Again, this was one that I always get the Halloween package, so I made sure that I had that one. With 333 left when I checked, and I'm sure there's less than that now. Oh, Death by Temptation? It's a succubus, actually. This is Bond, right? Bond, not James Bond. Well, sort of James Bond the third, but not a James Bond film. It's a, it's definitely it's a horror film. It's Kadeem Hardison from A Different World. I'm not sure if you're old enough to remember that show or not, but there he is right there. If you know, if he looks familiar, that's what he's from. I thought this was actually going to be more comedic than it actually is, but it actually isn't a bad film. I actually really did enjoy this one. And it was one of the ones that I thought I was going to like least, but it's actually way more enjoyable than I initially gave it credit for. So goes to show you what I know, hey? Evil Town was down to 333, and I know this is going to be lower than this right now. Once people started to see what these VSAs actually look like, then he saw the posters on the inside and stuff like that. You're Batman. Then they knew they wanted to grab that. Hey, Derek. Arrows is on Monday, either tomorrow or I'm thinking probably tomorrow I'll do an Arrow video, Arrow-centric video where I'm going to go through most of my Arrow stuff. We'll talk about the sale that's coming up, and we'll do another like a follow-up video on the Arrow sale once it is live, and I can actually look at like the prices and some stuff that's there, and we'll kind of look at it together then as well. But I'll give you kind of a primer before. Yeah, Arrow sale. This is Arrow's 10th anniversary, B Movie Archives. So unfortunately, I can't partake in this sale. But anybody want to get me a gift, they can do it. So Arrow sale starts on Monday, on the 17th. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm saving up for the Black Friday stuff and those mysterious box sets I'm talking about. But Evil Town, if you do not have this, buy one get one. Oh yeah, that's what they got in HMV actually. The buy one get one. I don't think that's going to be on their website. That would I'd cry if that was on the website. Actually it's my youngest's birthday in 2 days. We'll be 19. I'm getting old. My youngest child is 19. And as always, the VSA titles have these here. Oh, there's so many of the Arrow stuff. When I do my video, hopefully you'll be there. I'll list like what I got, like some of my wants for the Arrow releases. There's definitely some of the newer stuff that I haven't gotten, because You just turned 20? Well, happy belated birthday, dude. Buy one, get one for the website. Oh man, that is rough. I'm not gonna lie. Whew, that's gonna be hard. All right, so I got distracted there. Sorry about that. With 358, yeah, I know you. I feel you, Derek, man. We're getting there. So this is The Killing Kind with John Savage and Ann Southern, and Cindy Williams actually has a part in this one as well. If you ever watched Laverne and Shirley, she's in this. This thing, when you look at it far off, it's kind of like, you're not quite sure. But then you look at it kind of close up, and you see like the faces and like the all that in the blood in the rat. It actually is actually kind of got a cool look to it. They do actually. Arrow and another company, I think. They got like 40% off Arrow and so much percentage off of another company. People are still wondering like if the sale is going through and if the Criterion thing is going to be like a thing of the past. We'll find out actually. Day of Anger is a great release actually. If they get any of their box sets too for like or at a really good price, there's some great stuff there that you should probably look at. The Ringo double feature, if you don't have that one's really good. With the Western ones, I really love the Ringo ones. So that was The Killing Kind, which was at 358. Is there any more in the 300s here? No, we got a couple here in the 400s or so much. So Beware My Brethren was right on the 400 mark. Again, that's one that I don't have myself, so I cannot show you. It's one that I do want to pick up. And what are these two? Okay, why didn't I mention showing you that one? So where is it? Oh, one I forgot to show you, which is at 195, because I'm always going to miss something. It's Sudden Fury. Sudden Fury is a exploitation film. It's a really good one, actually. Definitely one that I recommend. Extremely fun film. This one is at 195, and it actually does have a really cool looking slipcover, I find, for this one here. So if you're into exploitation, definitely pick that one up. And where the heck did it go? So in 410, so this is the last one in the limited ones that are under 500 as of when I wrote out this list. Now, that being said, you can check out the list yourself just to see if one of your favorites is getting low, because most likely that can happen. That is a 5 films, 5 years, volume 4 set. So this is at 410 right now. Again, it has some really cool films on here. We get Cry Wilderness, which is a really, really bad, fun Bigfoot film that was used during the Mystery Science Theater relaunch there on Netflix. Next up is Sierra Santiago's Vampire Hookers. Cannot recommend that one enough. It's such a fun film. Evil Come, Evil Go. Have not watched that one yet. Cutthroats, which actually I thought was really fun. A little bit more on the more raunchy side actually for this volume right here. And Teenage Seductress, which stars, what's her name? Sandra Curry, the sister of Cherry Curry, of course, from the group The Runaways. So there you go, guys. Those are the limited editions that are available right now from Vinegar Syndrome. The website just came back up not too long ago. Excellent. So I'll see you, Mug, in the Arrow video sale, and we'll do one probably on Saturday or Sunday. Look for it on Saturday, and then we'll do one once the sale goes live again. The Georgia Miro set, is that coming back? Now, one thing you should know about the Arrow set is there's a couple Arrow sale. There's a couple releases that are coming back. But they're going to be sans. They're going to have like slightly altered artwork, and there'll be sans the booklets that came with the previous releases. Because they don't want to redo like the same ones when they did like limited amount, so many. But anyway, so the House collection, House 1, 2, 3, and 4, is coming back. That one is going to be in the sale, and there's a couple others that I can't think of right now. And I'm sure somebody down here will know. But there's a few different in the Arrow sale that you're definitely going to be able to check out. I'm definitely Ring, thank you. The Ring Goose set is Scudder. You're always informative. The Ringu set is coming back as well with a different artwork, and sans the booklet. But if you want to get the Ringu films, this is going to be the best way to grab those, rather than like eBay scalping. You want to get the set. They'll have the set there. You're gonna miss out on a booklet and stuff like that, but you still get the set. You still get the movie. You still have all the features, all that type of stuff. So both those, so the House Collection, the Ringu set, or do they just call it the Ring set? Either way, it's the Japanese ones. It's not the American ones. So they're the good ones. It's the really good ones. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. If they do a buy one get one, that'll be intriguing. Are you serious? Oh, Anthony, I had no idea. And I'll tell you why, because I was like, I bought American Horror Project Volume 1, and I loved it. I championed that set on here over and over again. Like more, you won't believe how much I championed that set. Because I said, once this set sells out, to do a Volume 2, and it took forever for Volume 1 to sell out. It really, really did. Which is a shame, because I had some really great stuff on it, some great like writing too in that as well, and some really cool films. The Witcher Came In From the Sea is like a personal favorite of mine, but I'm shocked because I didn't pre-order it, and it's and I got the first one. Yeah, hopefully it's only temporary, because I wouldn't know what would sell the second one when the first one is there. I'd have to look over the films again, because the first one had some really like interesting films there as well. So maybe it's just that it's a different time. People are getting more. I've noticed lately that some of the stuff you could wait on before, some of the films you could wait on, some of the limited editions and releases that you thought, oh, I can wait on this. I can get this down the road. There wasn't as much like. There wasn't as big of like a rush to get it. You're seeing a difference now. You're seeing like a major difference. Look at like Vinegar Syndrome. A couple years ago, you could go on Vinegar Syndrome's website and it would take a while. Hey, David. Oh, so you're the friend request. As soon as I go back on Blu-ray.com, I'll make sure to accept it there. I haven't been on there since, but I did see it come up in my mailbox when I was looking through my mail before my better half just nodded off to bed there. And that's Friday 31. Hey, welcome to the channel. Well, you've been here before. So yeah, I'm on Blu-ray.com. Not a lot, but I do like to pop in, like when it comes to the talking about like a lot of Vinegar Syndrome stuff, with Cold Red sales, stuff like that. I do try to. I'm not as active on forum sites as I probably could be, but more so in a live video forum site. Limited old buy, yeah, because that's the thing. That's the thing, though. Like a couple years ago, it wasn't the way it is right now. It's both great and it is more nerve-wracking than it's ever been to be collecting, like genre collecting right now, because it seems like, what's my username on Blu-ray.com? What is it, Dave? Prof 89, something like that. The Prof 89, something like that, like the Prof 89 or Prof Pin, something similar to that. The Prof 89. Thank you. See, that's so much. I remember this stuff. If my password ever goes, I'm screwed. Yeah, but that was back when I had the nickname. Yeah, that's me, Michael. I don't get a lot of comments, but which is probably why I haven't been on the site as much as I would like to be. I find that it is a great, if you are looking for stuff and you want to like find out some information or find like some like-minded people, I do find that the Blu-ray.com forum is one of the better places to actually find stuff like that. I personally do anyway. I do a lot more like reading on there, like kind of, what do you call it? more viristic than I am like actually common A. But yeah, it is a different time. Yes, lurker. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Because yeah, well, for me, like especially when it comes to certain companies, I you go to the first page, right? And then you get a list of all the Blu-rays and stuff that are there and the ones that are out of print, that type of thing. And that's what I do like to do. I like to go there. When I did my company, like my wants videos, because I did some wants videos a while back, and I did it upstairs in my living room, and my TV was behind me. I utilized Blu-ray.com's like page one forum to actually to get to that. Actually, I did mention it. It was a hell of a time, Dave, and I'll tell you why. Because I went looking for it, and it was at the time that I went looking for it. It had recently been announced. It wasn't easy to find, but actually that it bears another look, because one of the films, and I wasn't aware at the time, but one of the films is by a director that I have a lot of love for. And that would be Mascara. So, Mascara is an adult film, and it is directed by two people. When I looked at it before, I saw Henry Pritchard, who is an adult filmmaker that I do like. He's done a lot of good stuff. But the other name, the name that was on there that I didn't see because it said Henry Pritchard and one other, and I didn't go and look to see who the one other is. The uncredited director for Mascara, and that is Roberta Findlay. And Roberta Findlay is the girl that did my favorite Vinegar Syndrome release, A Woman's Torment. So that movie went from being slightly intriguing to definitely gonna want this one on my in my collection, on my list. Hellmaster, and Play Dead. Well, the other two are adult films, Dave. So if you're not into the adult films, Lisa, what one is that? If you're not into the adult films, you're probably not. You may not like them. I'm not. I haven't seen Mascara. I do know that Henry Pritchard's work and Roberta Findlay's work do tend to be story driven. So I can pretty much I can guess. I haven't seen Mascara, to be completely honest with you. So they will be an adult film, but more than likely it'll be more of like a story driven adult film. But if you don't like adult films and like that type of thing is like not your bag, basically, may not be one for you to grab. Hellmaster I think is going to really benefit from this here. Hellmaster, I kind of remember it not well, but I remember it having one of the worst covers I've ever seen. If you go back and look at the VHS cover of Hellmaster, it's really bad. Like John Saxon's in this movie. That should be selling it right there. But luckily, the new cover that Vinegar Syndrome did for it is way better than what the original cover is. What, the Lisa one? Or do you mean Mascara? Because I'm trying to keep up to Jimbo. I'm a little slow. I'll go a little behind there. Uh, Mascara. Oh, perfect. Okay. Another story-driven one. That's really good because that's what I want to see when it comes to this. I want to see them do more story-driven stuff. That's just the style that I like, because I do like something that actually has a story to it. But Play Dead, definitely, that's going to be one to grab. Mascara and Hellmaster. Yeah. So it has a really, really. Let me see if I can show you guys the cover here. It's a crappy ass cover, not the one that Vinegar Syndrome did. That one's good. But this is the. Okay, you're probably not going to see this. This is the original cover for Hellmaster. Was it really? See, Play Dead is one I gotta have. Like I don't remember it well, so I know I gotta have it. Hellmaster is one of those that's always had this incredibly like one of these like VHS covers where you look at it and you're like, I don't know if I had is Roommates, is that out by Vinegar Syndrome? Savage Harbor, good. Fugitive Girls and Pickup, those were three. Those are three really good titles actually. Pickup's a really strange title, um, but I think you'll have fun with it. It's definitely kind of a different style film, and it's the best it's ever looked. Whoa! But Hellmaster is like it's one of those that probably would have done better if somebody else, if they took even a modicum of time to do decent cover art for the VHS. Because like, how many movies have you watched like back in the day? Because and they sucked ass, but you liked the artwork on the cover, so you took a chance and you rented it. In the store, like, oh, this looks like it's going to be a good movie. Oh, this is a werewolf. It's got a lenticular cover, and you get it home. It's like pure crap. Uh, so that being said, I haven't seen Werewolf since it was on VHS. This may be way better than I remember, but I remember it as being this like really cool looking cover. And when I got it, I was like super bored with the film. And that being said, if Vinegar Syndrome announced tomorrow that they had a lenticular cover of this movie Werewolf and they're coming out, this guy would have to buy it. I would have to. Uh, yeah. But there's that one, and there's a fourth one, an adult title too, aside from Mascara. What is it called? Oh, 70s, amazing art for films. The 90s really got lazy when it came to artwork. Those, all those floating head things, which Pink Ladies, thank you, Michael. So Pink Ladies is coming out as well, and that too it's more of the adult style film. But if you're into it's a good balanced package. If you like the adult cinema and you like the horror exploitation type of stuff, then it's a nice, well balanced package for the month of July. If not, then you can always pick up like the ones that you want separately. I think it's a bit pricier, this package is, because the regular, what the MSRB pricing is, RBP is, I think around like 180 or something like that. And right now with the percentage off, it's like, well, for me anyway, in Canadian it's around 118, so it's probably around like 90 something whatever there in the United States. But you always pay more in Canada, we always do. But definitely kind of worth looking into. I still have 4 Vinegar Syndromes coming, so you guys will see those when I get, as soon as I get them. As always, I come down here just like I did with the Code Red stuff earlier on today, and we get to look into that as well. So did anybody else pick anything else up since the Vinegar Syndrome site came back online again? Because I was tempted, but my better half was like, nope. But really, you're one of the subscribers, right? I get it though. I mean, like, when they do up the yearly subscriptions and like put the pricing into it, they calculate like how much throughout that year, and then they take the percentage off. The VSAs weren't planned. That was planned later. Was planned as in this year. So whereas you didn't get them free like you did with the 5 films, 5 years, at least you're getting them at half off. So whereas everybody else is paying full price for them, you're going to get coupons every time those things come out, and get them for still fairly good. You just bought some Vincent? Which ones did you buy? Are the taboos back yet? Yeah, that's the thing. Like they're always pretty good hoax when it comes to like just going out there, and saying, okay, because with the 5 films, 5 years, like, okay, everybody, the subscribers are going to get it type of thing. This one's way more limited than that, And I think the 5 films 5 years later had about 3,000 copies somewhere. Let me just check for you. 2,500 copies. I'm not sure if the first volumes had 2,500 or not. But yeah, with the 5 films 5 years, with the VSAs, Incubus, fantastic. Malibu High, Massage Parlor, Murders and Death Machine. Oh, you're gonna have fun with those. Incubus is such a fun film. Savage Heart, oh, Jason, and Evil Town. The VSAs, yeah, definitely. And the good thing about picking up the VSAs right now is you don't have to feel bad because they were never on sale price in the first place. They are awesome looking. You cannot go wrong with these. Here. You get these amazing, large, freaking gigantic posters inside this. The cases are even thicker than the slipcovers, which is amazing to believe because the slipcover cases, they're super thick. But you even get even better when it comes to the VSAs. I'm really looking forward to more VSAs coming out. Christmas Evil is a good thought. Now, one thing I have to say is that they've announced that Christmas Evil is getting a slipcase for the next sale. That's for the Black Friday sale. Candy Tangerine Man, I'll 100% go for right away. Christmas Evil is a fantastic one. Yeah, I think because I noticed that during the last sale, you notice that like the slipcovers, you could buy them on their own, or you could buy the movie with the slipcover, and get it with its with the white case. Christmas Evil, I got it over there right now. It's one of the blue cases. It's one of the early ones. Again, you think Madman's gonna be one of the ones that's come with the slipcover? Oh, that would tempt me. I really love that film. I got the 88 Films edition of it, but I might upgrade it just to get a slipcover because Madman is such a fun film. But there's so many. Now that I've noticed the stupid numbering on these things, I kind of want them all. But there's some I can't have because they're out of print. But I want as many as I possibly can because the truth of the matter is, guys, my Twitter handle, Mr. Vincent, it suits. I haven't put in a Vinegar Syndrome total that's disappointed me. I've liked some more than others, but nothing that was like I felt unwatchable or that I didn't really like. They're movies that you would go to the video store and you would say, "What the hell is this?" and pick up. I think those spot numbers. Yeah, exactly. Disco Godfather, cool. That's kind of a PCP thing. The VSAs, the good thing about VSAs now, though, Dave, and this good thing for me too, because I'm like a spine person, as well, spine number person, is that it's 1 and 2 right now. So great, I got the first 2. Not going to be, should not be. Hopefully, if they don't do too many at a time, it shouldn't be too hard to keep up with that. And it'll be cheaper than, like, I thought when Vestron Video Collection was announced. So I'm like, finally, I can start with the numbering, and I can start getting ones. I can buy like Vestron Video when it comes out, and then they announced the first couple, and it was like $45 a title, and I'm like, I can't do that. So close to my birthday, around 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, no, 3 years ago at least. They put a lot of them on sale, and I grabbed a bunch from them. But then they put them up again, so I don't have a complete Vestron collection so far. Every couple months, I want them every 3 months. I think every 3 months would be the best way to do it. Not every 2. Maybe like if there's something really big coming out, but I'd say every 2 to 3 months. Because when you get with 3 months, it's spaced enough so you can afford that. Like they're $24.99 American each, right? So that's gonna be like 30 something for me, which isn't a bad price considering what you get with these releases. Like you get this huge poster, you're getting all this stuff. So every 3 to 4 months, exactly, Michael. That's the sweet spot because you're not deluged. Because the thing is that there's so much coming out from so many different companies that if they roll it out every 3 months, every 4 months, and they realize, okay, this is, you know, this is well, this is doing well, and you know, you don't want to get greedy with it. You want to just like space them out. You don't know exactly where all of them are coming from. It looks like, from what I can see, with was Evil, I think Evil Town and Savage Harbor were both of those Lakeshore Entertainment releases. I'd have to look back. I know that Vinegar Syndrome recently did a deal with Lakeshore, so that may be where a few of these come from. So if you're kind of curious, I could be totally wrong on this, but you know, you guys can let me know. Look towards the output that Lakeshore had, and it might give us some idea for some future Vinegar Syndrome releases, actually, and some possible VSA releases as well. And you can go online. I think maybe even like on Blu-ray.com or something like that has like a list of Lakeshore releases that Lakeshore Entertainment put out, and that's the company that Vinegar Syndrome recently did a deal with. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And as you can see, I got my Crystal Pepsi here. I was a big fan of Crystal Pepsi back in the day, and every year now, every summer they bring it back, and I grab as much of it as I possibly can. I go to my local Shoppers Drug Mart or my Lawtons, which are the drugstores here in Canada, and I buy them all. I did buy today Pepsi Mango. That should be interesting. New Coke. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the new Coke. Coke. I've always been more of a Pepsi guy, but I do remember New Coke because of the travesty behind it all. Because people were so upset, like they were really upset. Basically, you know, we're changing the formula for Coke, and this is new Coke. This is the new Coke now. This is the new formula, and people were so upset about it that they had to go back to the old formula, and they tried selling New Coke under the New Coke formula under the title New Coke. So yeah, it'll be interesting for you then, because but then eventually they went out because people wanted their Coke, you know, the way that it was. I'm not gonna lie to you though. When I was growing up, I was more of a Dr. Pepper guy. You know, that was me. That was my thing. Not really a cola as such. Very different. But loved Dr. Pepper, and where I was at, Pepsi was huge. So Crystal Pepsi, I had to grab it. I got Mango Pepsi upstairs as well. Seeds Vapor. Andy Milligan's really good, especially when it comes to dialogue. Red Rose of Passion should be good. Now, Red Rose of Passion is done by director Joe Sarnos, and I haven't seen all of his films, but the ones that I've seen, like me personally, he shoots erotic sequences in his films that are very not like they're shot. They're very real, and I don't mean like in a kind of a raw type. They're definitely like they're shot. The cinematography is normally really well done, and some pretty sexy stuff. Not gonna lie to you. So I personally do like Joe Sarnos. I don't have Red Rose of Passion yet. That one's still in the over 500 range, so I am waiting for the next sale to grab that one. I'm hoping to God it stays in print for that long, because yeah, it will kill me if I don't get the other two sexploitation ones. I want to get the Red Rose of Passion one and the other one that you mentioned there, the Andy Milligan one, Seeds Vapors, which is of course Seeds of Sin. This is like the something weird video edition of that. Some pretty cool stuff. I like Andy Milligan. The neat thing about Andy Milligan is that he shoots films. He doesn't shoot films to make them like adult. He doesn't like hardcore stuff. You can tell when you watch this stuff. But he does shoot things to be more raw and be more real. When I look at Milligan, I think of a different time. There was both over 500. So fingers crossed, Dave. I'll get them. The one thing I will say is that Milligan is from a different era. I find he's very pretty divisive. A lot of people like you kind of love and hate him. But for me, one thing as you know, as a film lover and as a writer, oh yeah, something weird video, man. Jimbo, that's where they get a lot of, they've had to work with something weird video a lot over the years. That's for sure. Because in the day before there was Vinegar Syndrome, before there was Severin, before there was Synapse putting out these weird titles, something weird video was soldiering on doing this stuff and putting this stuff out. They were like putting out the Horseshoe Gordon Lewis stuff. They were putting out the Andy Milligan titles. They were touching the stuff that nobody was touching. And thankfully, like places like Vinegar Syndrome came along, and like Severin came along too, to actually to actually work with companies with something weird video and get their stuff out there, get it like kind of like cleaned up a bit more, and remaster it, get the original prints out there, and get lots of features to them. So these movies that were kind of like thrown to the wayside, or were on like a something weird DVD, which would be thrown in the back with a bunch of other stuff, now gets like a more of a major release. But anytime you see something weird video, guys, in one of your video shops, especially if they're usually fairly cheap. I was in Bay Street Video, and this one here I picked up for $10 because I wanted to get some more Andy Milligan in my life. I was asked to talk about certain directors, and Andy Milligan, as a director, his backstory is actually really interesting. So I would recommend definitely looking that up. Yeah, there's a few like trailers and that on here too. But yeah, Seeds and Vapors is definitely a good release, and one that is 110% now. As long as it's available, that's 110% going to be in my cart for the Black Friday sale. I want to complete the Sexploitation Signature Series collection. There's only 4 of them to get. How easy of a collection is that going to be to complete? That's the thing. And they're going to look freaking awesome. It's such a simple thing, and it's just a little like kind of aesthetic thing. But this looks good. I like the thought of 4 of these lined up like that. And there are only 4. There are only 4 to pick up. There's Pickup, Fugitive Girls. Both these are the ones that are low print. So if you don't have these, grab these first. And there is Red Roses of Passion with Joe Sarno, which is the first one. And there was the second one, which is the Andy Milligan Seeds and Vapors one. The second one? No, third one, sorry. Because Pickup was the second one. Pickup is odd when it comes to its other cover, because you get this here Pazuzu cover, which is really different. Ironically, the artwork reminds me of a children's book that I used to have when I was a kid. If you're Canadian, you'll know the book, more than likely, and it was called Garbage Delight. There was another one called Alphabet Soup. Honestly, some of those rhymes, I still can probably, if I really tried to, rhyme off things like Garbage Delight and Alphabet Soup. And, but that would show how exactly how Canadian I am to know that. And if you do not know of those books and you have kids, you have to get them those books. They're twisted. They'll twist your kids a little bit, but it'll be worth it because it's fun stuff. Really fun, really good, kind of really twisted. It is a super crazy film. Pickup is weird. It is odd. It is strange, but it's kind of, in my opinion, you let me know what you think. Actually, it's hypnotic. That you do keep watching, and definitely, the girls are definitely attractive. Is it a strange film? Yes. I mean, this is the new to restored. Okay, I just read this. So new to restored to its original cut. So I've seen this. I've seen Pickup on cheap releases, right? Like driving collections and stuff like that. So I have not seen the uncut, the original cut of pickup. So this would be my first time seeing it, probably the way that it should be seen. I'm not sure if the way that it was seen in theater or the way that it was never seen before. I do think that my let me just see if I can see it there. I have oh, there. Hold on a second. I've got a drive-in collection, and I think that one had it on there actually. Hey, Indie Phantom. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, because I've been letting people know, the Vinegar Syndrome site's back up again. Some of the stuff that was thought to be out of print, they found a few copies of. Disconnected's already gone. That one went like in a couple minutes. But last time I checked, 5 Films, 5 Years, Volume 3. If you don't have it, that's available. And that one was sold out. They had about 26 copies and Penitentiary, which is one. Well, you probably got all these because you had got to get the subscription. Yeah, it was actually came back tonight. That's the actual reason I'm doing this video. Grave Roberts is down to 2 copies, and that was I thought that was gone. So if anybody wants to buy me Grave Roberts, that'd be great. Let me just check something here though, because I did have a copy. I'm sure I had a copy of it. I don't want to rip my shirt. Hold on. Cannot find it right now, but I do have a drive-in classic collection. I think that I'd pick up on it and a couple of the other ones like that. Am I looking at it right now? I think it was the Mill Creek one. There was a couple BCI ones too, but I had the Mill Creek one. I also got the drive-in classic collection that had some of the other stuff on it. Battle for Lost Planet is down to 3. It's really interesting. It's almost like a countdown right now, guys, to see exactly which ones are going to sell out the fastest. Of course, we all knew that, once Disconnected came back, though, that was gone. That was going to be gone right away. Indy has got a lot of these. He gets the occasional monthly package. If you don't have Penitentiary, that is one sexy cover. Grave Roberts is gone. And when I last looked, Penitentiary was at 9. And let's just give it a shot right now, because if there is one that I'm going to recommend, with the limited stuff, and I'm going to be completely honest, Penitentiary is one of those. 110% Penitentiary for sure. If it's available, grab it. It's not looking good though. So let me just check here. So Volume 3, 5 Films, 5 Years, Volume 3 right now, down to 25. So that's still good. That's the ability to get that one still there. Salient Shot. There's only 16 of Penitentiary left. I would grab that if you don't have it. I would definitely grab it. Shot is a really cool one. I mean, Shot is a low budget. Shot is basically a college film. It was done for around $10,000 back in the day, and for a film that was done for $10,000 with basically a college crew, it's actually pretty well done. So if you like action films and not regional horror, but really kind of regional action film, it's an interesting one to get, and it does have, for me, one of, if not one of their best slipcovers that they ever did. Feature-wise on Shot, interview with the directors on here, audio interview as well. But if you want to see, I'm not doing a good job selling it. but if you want to see something, you want to see kind of what would you consider a low budget actioner, and just to see how much they can actually do with this type of budget. Definitely pick up Shot. I'll show you on the back here now. So it's a $10,000 film. There's helicopters, there's gunshots, there's chases, kind of like in the there's French Connection style. I'm not joking. There's French Connection style chases within this film here. It is both the Blu-ray and DVD pack. You are gonna kick yourself missing out on this slipcover. It looks good, when you see it on the thing, but it looks even better there because not only do you get this here, but it's got this kind of like this glossy kind of look to it, almost kind of a. I love it. I love this. I love this style of film. I love these. I love these kind of. I love these low budgeters. I love these style of action films, and this here case is very punk. So if you're anything like me and you're at all into like punk or any of that type of stuff, you got to have this in your collection. This it's going to stand out. It's people, and it's one of those where you pick it up, you show it to somebody, say, "You're not going to believe. I'm going to show you this movie. They made this for $10,000." And you're going to pick it up. You said, and it's going to have this like sexy looking slipcover on it, and they're going to look at this. Conversation started, and if you're dating, who knows? Date conversation started. I don't know, but there you go. Shot is like an excellent little release, but again, I'm going to go to bat right here. Savage Harbor, Satan Slaves. Oh, no. I got it here. But I would pick it up. I would 100% pick up Shot. Cutting Class, Incubus, Mission Kill Fast, Star Squad, good one. Pigs, I got to upgrade my Pigs. I actually only got the Trauma DVD of that one. Primeval and Lurkers, you got Roberta Finley. Indie Phantom, did you know that the upcoming July package, I did not know this until earlier on today, Mascara is partially directed by Roberta Finley. And I was not aware of that until today. Two of those, based on my recommendation. I'm guessing, which ones were those? Was it Savage Harbor? The Incubus for sure. I'm guessing that's one definitely for sure. Me either. I only found that out today that she was like kind of like a ghost directing on that one. Henry Pritchard's already a really good director when it comes to this type of stuff. He's story oriented, and Roberta Finley is super story oriented. From A Woman's Torment, and you're going to see from like her non-adult stuff like Primeval and Lurkers. So keep an eye on Mascara. That's one that was kind of passing me by. I kind of was intrigued with the title, but I didn't know. Oh, you're gonna have fun with those. Also, Satan Slaves. I enjoy it. It's a good Norman J. Warren film. Was his best film? No, but is really good. Cutting Class is it's cheesy slasher fun. Pigs is Pigs. You probably know this one already. And Primeval and Lurkers is definitely one to check out. Savage Harbor apparently is really like super sleazy. I did not know that. But out of Evil Town and Savage Harbor, Savage Harbor is apparently the sleazier film. So, Indy, if you like the sleazier films, that. But if you don't have Penitentiary, yeah, me too. Because I got the MGM DVD that you got, dude, and that's cut. And it says on the damn thing uncut, but they lied. Well, they didn't know actually. I don't think that it was that there was a cut, that it was a cut version. But Penitentiary, why get this one? Well, this is the slipcover. I think it is an awesome looking slipcover. It's amazing, but here's the thing. Will there be a standard edition of Penitentiary once it's gone? Yes, there will. However, this is Penitentiary on the inside. And in case you're thinking this is the alternate artwork, normally that's the case. In Penitentiary, it's not. So if you're a fan of the art, definitely grab it before it goes. Because once it goes, even with the standard edition, one art choice is gone for you. One art choice is out of the way. I do recommend, if you like the erotica stuff at all, grab Volume 3 while you can get it. There's a couple people actually that said that there was a spot like that that it froze up, like 50, 59 cents. I know what you're talking about. Now, other people watched it and said they didn't have any issues at all. I'm sure if there is an issue with some copies of Mountaintop Motel Massacre, then that's something that they will address, because Vinegar Syndrome has been a company that's been really good at addressing stuff like this. It is rare to see a quality control issue come out of Vinegar Syndrome. You guys can probably think of one better than I can. I can't right now. I can't think of one that was. I can't think of any quality control issues that they've had in the past. But there's probably something. Pink Ladies. Oh, that would be good. I would watch that. An adult film called Pink Ladies, based on Grease. Oh, I'm all over that. Uh, now that needs to be made. Now I want that to be made. But yeah, for me, Vinegar Cinema they're the tops when it comes to customer service. Like overall, I mean, like I've never had an issue with Vinegar Syndrome, and I got to say, most of the time with Arrow, I used to find that they had really great customer service as well. I found that it changed a bit when they changed some of their the people behind the scenes, but it definitely initially, I have never had any issues when I get the priority shipping. That's for sure. Yikes. Early on, though, they had to send a couple different packages because one got lost in the mail. But that wasn't an issue since they've started with their new website and stuff. But but for me, Vinegar Syndrome just they top it when it comes to customer service. Anyway, I don't want to keep you guys here too long tonight. I know it's a Friday night. Everybody here has a lot that they want to do. Me, what am I going to do after this? I'm going to watch a movie. Maybe later on tonight, if I can't sleep, I'm going to play some Dead by Daylight. Recently, E3 happened, and one of the things that happened with E3 was Xbox put their Game Pass on for $1. I've got an Xbox One. I've got a gaming computer. So yeah, I availed of that, and definitely have been playing a lot more games recently. So I downloaded, what was it? The latest, because with Xbox Game Pass, it's not just older games like in like PlayStation Now. It's actually like brand new games. Actually, yes, for sure, Vinegar Syndrome is one of the titles I'm watching now, especially after this. Like I'm very susceptible. Like we were driving by, we're driving through the, what was it? Going by Dominion the other day, or Superstore here in Canada. Indy. But there was a big sign like McDonald's, like soft serves $1, and we were driving. I'm like, hon, I kind of got to have a McDonald's soft serve. So I've just talked for 80 minutes on Vinegar Syndrome. So you can bet that when I walk upstairs and I put on my tea and I go to sit down and I turn on my Xbox, which I watch all my movies in, yeah, I'm going to be watching the Vinegar Syndrome. So there you go, guys. Hopefully that helped out a bit. Check out the Vinegar Syndrome website. Right now, thanks for coming in, guys. Thanks for coming in, Dave. Thanks for coming in, Indy, especially from so far away. Check out the Vinegar Syndrome website. You're going to notice you go to the limited edition section. Addiction. That's what it is for me. It's limited. It's addiction. No limited to that addiction. Go to the limited edition portion of the site, and you will see how low or high certain ones are. So if there's something that you're looking at and it's getting really low, if you got the bones to afford it, definitely go for it. I am Aaron. You guys are the Movie Club. You rock. Thank you for joining me here on this Friday night when you could be doing so much more exciting stuff than talking here to me. Have a great evening, and I'm probably going to look at the Vinegar Syndrome site too before I actually put in and watch some Vinegar Syndrome titles. I kind of want to watch Penitentiary, but my better half is going to want to watch that too. So I don't know. Maybe Dare Did Delilah tonight. Something